quiet, students. We're making a little bit of noise. All right, so we're gonna have our own little practical here regarding budding, and I would just like for a few of you to focus and to learn what is being done, right? So first of all, let's establish some things because you've seen it before, but I want to make sure that you're grasping an understanding of what is going on. So what is this? Yes, but what are we calling this? This is what the rootstock, correct. I heard somebody say rootstock. And then here we have our bud knife. We have our, what is this? The budwood. All right, we have students that are paying attention. And then last but not least, we have the plastic, yes, or the tape that we will be using to wrap our buds. All right, so the first thing we have to do when budding is that we make sure that we select a proper rootstock. And as you can see that this is one of the best we will have selected. It's a very decent, right? So what we're gonna do is that we're going to make sure in previous cases of budding, we want to make sure that we get rid of all the leaves at the bottom. But for this seedling here, there's not much leaves at the bottom. So we just want to make sure we get rid of all these points and anything that will take up the nutrients that is needed for the bud. Right? So we're going to select any one of the eyes. Want to make sure that it's hard. So I'm going to select this eye at the bottom here. Can you see that? All right, good. So I'm going to now make a cutting into it.
And we will have previously sterilized a knife and the budwood in bleach or chlorine.
Right, you want to make sure that your knife is sterilized and clean. I would have forgotten to put on my gloves, but I have it. So let me just put a cutting here. Good. So I made my cutting here, and I'm gonna cut the eye now or the bud to put into this cutting here. You want to make sure that the cutting or the eye that you would cut for the budwood is the same size as the cutting that you made on the rootstock.
Or similar.
Or very similar. In that way it would be able to fit, right? So I'm gonna cut now the eye on the budwood. Make sure that it's a decent size. Don't want to make it fall. That's why Miss Ashley is putting out her hands. And there we have our little eye or bud. Right? So this little eye or bud needs to fit in here. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to push it in and it needs to fit. It needs to fit into the cutting. And there you have it there. And then all I have to do now is wrap. And why do we wrap?
So that the nutrients are not being released.
We want to avoid too much moisture getting to this area as well. So we wrap it tightly, right? All right, so we have to change the plastic because that one that's easy to remove. So here I'm trying my best to wrap it as tight as possible. As tightly as possible. And there we have it. If you want to put up an additional plastic, more plastic, the more merry. To make our knots. And that is the process of budding. Do you think you can do this on your own? All right, good.
Students, here with me I have word search, an activity, and I'm going to distribute it. You need to look for the word. You're going to work it together in groups. Keep the word together, right?
And if you don't understand anything, you can ask for assistance, right? Alright, has everyone received their sheets? Has everyone received their sheets? Alright, good.
Alright, put it in the middle so yeah, the two can participate.
Teamwork makes the dream work, okay? Alright.
If there's any difficulty finding any words, just let me know.
Where is your sheet? Alright.
So you need to work together. Come close and work together. Not having any difficulty finding any words.